Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. I don't know how we got here, but September has arrived. So this year has seemed to go by really, really quickly, but here we are in September. And so we're going to take a look at the individual life path numbers, the forecast for September 2023 in this episode. Before we get into that, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. I would love to take a look at your personal numerology and let you know what I see. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Life Path 33-6. So the month of September brings with it the energy of the 4 for you all and the animal wisdom message from Manatee. This is beautiful because, of course, these energies work so perfectly together. So the energy of the manatee, when you think about the manatee, it's also called the sea cow in certain areas of the world, but it's a very slow moving animal. It's very peaceful. There's a lot of grace. It's very sort of intentional in its movements, but it's not a fast-paced energy, right? There's sort of attention to the details, really taking in its surroundings. It's a very peaceful energy, so it flows quite gently, right, in its movements. But it's almost got like this observing spirit. So it's taking in its surroundings. It's deciding and being discerning before it makes a move, before it decides what it wants to do. And I think that works so beautifully with the 4 energy that you all have coming in, because with the 4 is a very solution-focused energy. It wants to sort of figure out what the problem is or what the issue is, and then it wants to find the solution. It's not interested in staying stuck in victimization or blame or any of a lower vibration that's going to keep it stuck. It's interested in, again, focusing in on what the problem is and then finding the solution. And that becomes the work. And so with these 2 energies coming in, there may be something with either your physical body, because the 4 can signify the physical body, or your home environment, so the actual physical location where you live. There could be something that's coming in that there is an issue or a concern, and there needs to be a solution found. We can get stuck in, again, victimization or blaming or going back and forth. It was your fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. Or we can say, this is the problem. Let's tackle it together and come up with a solution. And then let's work towards that solution, whatever that solution may be. And it's going to take commitment. It's going to take, collaboration, potentially. It's going to take resiliency. And it's going to take, again, that commitment of moving towards that solution and not getting stuck in the blame game or feeling like the world is out to get us. So with Manatee, again, there's this gracefulness. So there's this feeling of being sure to not be too hard on yourself as you move towards this solution, but give yourself grace. Give the other person grace. Know that, the problem is not for one person, right? It's like if there's other people involved, everyone's facing that problem. So how together can we come up with that solution? If it's something that you are working on, internally or your own, that doesn't mean you have to do it alone, right? Like you have to commit to the solution yourself, but you can always ask for help and assistance in doing that. And giving yourself grace if it doesn't happen quick enough, if you feel like you're not doing it quote unquote right, if you feel like you're not making the quote unquote right choices, whatever the case may be. There's definitely this very big element of grace and having that grace again for yourself and others and giving yourself room to breathe as you move towards whatever this solution may be. And sometimes we get caught up on the bigger vision or the bigger goal. And so that becomes where our focus is. And we lose sight of the details. And in order to come up with or to achieve a solution, we have to make sure that we're paying attention to the details, because that's where the magic happens. That's where the foundation is being laid. So if we're not paying attention to the details and we're just going for the goal, it's not sustainable. It's not something that can really stand the test of time. And so there's a lot of kind of working parts here. So if there's anything that you've been kind of dealing with, kind of moving through that has to do with the heart, the home, the body, first and foremost is probably something that will take time, because 4 energy and manatee are very slow moving. It's not a fast process. It's something that the details will need to be focused on, while maintaining the bigger vision of where it is that whatever that solution is. It will require thinking differently, because sometimes those solutions, we might think we know what the solution is, but it could be a little hidden. And so sometimes through collaborating, working with others, being vulnerable, sharing our emotions, our ideas, our thoughts, and being open to others, ideas, experiences, thoughts, can open us up to greater solutions that we wouldn't have thought of. And so I would say, just if there's something that you've been looking for some kind of solution for, and you keep hitting a wall, or maybe you've been trying to avoid it for some reason, this is going to be a month, I think, where you're going to see the pressure be put on that area, because the 4 is saying, all right, let's do this. Let's move forward. Let's create a solution. It's not about avoidance. The 4 does not avoid. The 4 is very much about the details, doing the work, dedicating, and committing to getting to that solution. So that's kind of the work this month. That's kind of the strong energy coming through. Now, for some of you, it could be that you're buying or selling a house, that you're moving locations. Because remember, 4 energy is going to bring the focus to the physical structure of a home or the body. So you could be moving, you could be having work done, you could be having surgery or something like that. Or if there's been some kind of chronic health condition that you've been moving through, you might find a doctor who has a solution. Or you might find some kind of remedy for that, that alleviates that in some way. That's always possible. If there's any kind of like emotional stress or emotional discord that you've been moving through, this is a great month to seek that help, right? The solution. Get a therapist, find someone to move you through whatever it is that you're trying to move through. So again, this month for you all is very solution focused, very, very solution focused. Now, again, the energy can be there. It's what you do with it that makes the difference. So if you are, dedicated to staying in, stuck and not willing to put in the effort to move forward, then that's what you will receive. But if you're interested in that solution of moving to the next stage, the next step on the journey, and healing or moving through whatever it is that you need to move through, then this is a great month to do that. And again, you don't have to do it alone. There are, services, resources, professionals who can assist, whether that's even like just maybe there's something structural with your home that needs completing. If your roof is leaking and you don't know how to fix it, you're not going to try to do it yourself. You're going to hire a professional to do it for you, right? Same thing if there's a plumbing issue. Hopefully you're not going to try to do it yourself, because you might just create more damage. You're going to call in a professional to do it for you, right? To help you, or to teach you how to do it if you really do want to learn, type thing. So that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot this month where it's very much moving towards the solution in a very graceful, steadied way, but also not being afraid to ask for help, not being afraid to ask for that assistance, and then be open to receiving it, and be really open to whatever wisdom or whatever that person wants to bring or is able to bring to the situation. But grace is going to be a key word for you guys this month. So just kind of keep that in mind, that it can feel like things are moving a little bit more slowly. It can feel like you're kind of, it can be a testing period as well in a 4 cycle, where the 4 is saying, do you still want this? Is this heart-centered? Or are you staying stuck in this area? What's the solution? And so we can just kind of feel that pressure. So give yourself grace this month. Keep coming back to your heart center. Keep checking in with yourself, making sure that it's what you still want or that it feels aligned for you. And don't be afraid to ask for help, to ask for that assistance. So pretty powerful month ahead for you all. My sort of advice for this month would be don't try to rush anything. Don't try to rush through something because a lot of times those solutions that we rush to, we've missed the details. And so it's built on quicksand as opposed to a solid foundation. And it's probably not going to be as sustainable as we would like for it to be. And we'll probably have to come back and revisit it. So it's not about a quick fix. It's about a solution. And so just kind of keep that in mind as you're moving through whatever it is that you're moving through, or wherever it is that needs some extra TLC this month, because I think that the 4 energy is going to really kind of put the pressure on it. So great month to make a lot of headway though, and to at least get committed to moving towards whatever that solution is. So I hope it's a great month for you all. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.